Alright, so what does the question say? What percentage of the shape is yellow? Write your answer using a percent sign. So before we jump into solving the question, let's just revise the formula. You hopefully already know what the formula is and you remember it. So we have this formula written down and let's move on to solving the question now. So the first step 1 is to calculate the total number of squares that there are in this larger square. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10 squares across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 squares down. So 10 across, 10 down. It's a 10 by 10 grid, which means there are 100 squares in total. This is the total number of squares. Step 2 is to calculate the number of squares that are colored. So let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns that are entirely colored, and we have this 7th column which has 8 squares that are colored. So that means 6 into 10, since each column has 10 squares, 6 into 10 gives us 60, and we add this to 8, which is the number of squares that are colored in this column, and we get 68 squares, colored squares. So do we have all the information that we need to find the answer to this question? So we have the number of colored squares and we have the number of total squares. So yes, we do have all the information that is required. So let's move on to step 3, which is the final step. So we need to plug in all the information that we found into the formula. So 68 over 100, 68 being the number of colored squares and 100 being the number of total squares, multiplied by 100, and we further simplify it and we see what we get. So we cancel out the zeros and we're left with 68%. Technically we're left with 68 over 1 multiplied by 1, but multiplying any number by 1 gives us that exact same number, and 1 in the denominator doesn't really change the number or the value. So 68% is our answer. So 68% of this figure is colored.